much, Alderman Pawar, and we wish you lots of success in all those endeavors that you described. We have a little bit of a change of pace here, but something that I think is important and maybe a little unorthodox. But we were fortunate enough to have a group of student leaders from the local Maine East and Maine West high schools who are going to speak briefly about the issues of prejudice, discrimination, anti-immigrant sentiment, etc., and how those issues are impacting them today as young people who are growing up in this community, like so many of us did, 20 years or more ago. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce them here. Come on up. I believe we have, Kayla Baez, John Piccini, Atsiri Alviso, Alicia Olenichak, and Sakina Qureshi.
Good afternoon. My name is Alicia, and today we have come together to praise and to be fully proud of the diversity that is rooted in our community and has enriched our lives for years. I'm a leader for a human rights group called Voice for the Nameless at Maine West High School. Through the involvement of that group, I have been able to be exposed to various people. I have been exposed to their fears, to their pains, as well as their passions and their drives. I am a first-generation child that is very proud of my roots, and I've had the privilege of living a life free of discrimination, tremendous hardships, and inequality. Knowing this, I felt that it would be greatly selfish and ignorant to simply stand by and watch from the comfort of my convenient roots. I knew I wanted to help. I knew that I wanted to get involved in some way. So the main thing that we as a group had gotten invested in was addressing the current refugee crisis, which was most notably done in two ways. One of those was by proposing a refugee resolution to the City Council of Des Plaines in order to peacefully welcome any refugees that might need to be relocated. That was the first time I had ever participated in such a thing, and I realized that this was something that I, as well as others, wanted to dedicate my time to, and something that had pushed me to act. Another way that we had addressed this crisis was by closely working with a resettlement program in Chicago called Refugee One. Over there, we met children of various backgrounds, many coming from various countries, all with their own backstories. Many would imagine that these children would be disassociated and secluded emotionally, but in reality, it was the complete opposite. We were surrounded by boisterous, loud, and beaming children who found joy in the simplest of things. We tutored and played with them, and had even gone trick-or-treating with them. Being surrounded by these children that were so full of life despite the horrendous hardships they had to endure had motivated and inspired me, as well as others, to become as involved with this issue as I am now. These were also some of the sentiments involved in our resolution presented to the Des Plaines City Council, that these are simply people, many of them children, that are in need of a place to live, in need of food, and in need of love. Through these experiences, my horizons have broadened greatly, affecting my worldview and pushing me to act constantly. I humbly encourage everyone to get involved in some way as well, because there are many people out there in need of love. I'd like to end this on a brief but important note, and that is to never forget our humanity in dire times, no matter how shadowed it may be, and to never forget the major similarities between all of us over the minuscule differences. Thank you.
Yeah.